There we go. And we got the cam. There you go. The carnage. Oh my goodness. But I'll gently try to pry it apart. Feel like we got some motion, especially right here where the bolts are at. It's not like, you know, the oil, it shouldn't seep through there. Kind of work it. Here we go. I knew there was nothing else holding it. Just didn't want to go crazy with this. I believe this side should just slide up and everything else should stay on the inside. And I am correct. That looks horrible. I want to take a peek with you on this filter right here, if I can get it out. Here we go. I don't see like, well, there's a little bit of metal here, but not insanely bad. Flip it to the other side. You see like this oil turn to water, mush, goo. It needs a lot of cleaning. There's some aluminum right here. Maybe it's from the piston. This bearing feels okay. This one feels fine. This one feels okay-ish. There's a little sort of yeah, this one feels bad. So I'd say these two bearings need to be replaced so you can get a better peek at how disgusting the inside is. You know, as bad as it looks, I'm really happy that it's not rusted in, just like, you know, solid rust. You know, at least the internals somewhat are coated in oil, even though that oil is diluted with water. It just needs a really good cleaning, but I have a good feeling about this bottom end. I feel like I can save it. What do you guys think? It's so slimy and slick, it's kind of hard to hold on to it. Here it comes. And the shifter should come out too. Everything is going inside the bin. It is kind of like, has like sand sort of texture to it. So I'll have to thoroughly clean this off and go to the factory manual and, you know, they inspect the tolerances on these gears. Hopefully they're good. No bearings here. This is gasket material. Here's the shifter shaft and the shifter fork thingy. So the last two pieces, God, that is probably part of the piston, which it's probably chunks of it in the bottom of this engine. Hopefully they just, well, I guess it was impossible to write it anyway once it exploded, so once it died, they just put it away. Hopefully we can gently tap this out with the bearing. See you paying attention? It looks like the bearing will stay. Here we go. So we got ourselves pretty much the heart of the engine. I'm holding it in my hand. It's not beating, but maybe we can resuscitate it. It doesn't feel bad, like I said. It doesn't look bent neither. And it looks like both of the bearings stayed on both sides. It looks like the gears are there. It doesn't look rusty neither. I think after the good cleaning, this is actually a good crankshaft. And now we gotta get the balancer out, which just came out by itself. Here it is. Here what we have. We have two halves of the engine. This bearing feels fine. There's no play. This one I checked earlier was fine. This one is questionable. This one is fine. This one is questionable. So yeah, that's what we have here, guys. I think if all the gears are good, I can change the bearings, whatever bearings I can find, and replace them. Or not, we'll see. And then I can clean up this gasket and slap it together. But you see, there's this sort of grit in it. I don't know if it's like parked next to the sand or something, or there's just like the aluminum sort of crumbling from the piston. It just got all over there. I don't know. But that's pretty much it for now. I want to clean out this gasket right now. So, because later I want to submerge this in a tub of gasoline and kind of scrub it and clean everything up. So I'll clean up the gasket, and if anything falls in here, I'll wash it out in that tub with gasoline. So but there's a chunk of that aluminum piston that got lodged in between the gears. I feel like the aluminum is really soft, so it just got smushed. I don't think it did any damage. But other than that, it seems to be looking pretty good. So I got everything here looking super clean. Another thing that I've noticed about the 250L is that it does not have like lines for the oil cooler that R has. R has oil cooler lines coming out here, and they go in front of the like the steering tube for the triple clamp. This one does not have one, but I love how clean everything looks. It just looks amazing. Here's transmission mostly. I did wire wheel this oil tube, and it looks a lot cleaner and nicer. And obviously this is not going to be looking as when it was new, but it looks a lot better. And the transmission parts, for the most part, look fine once I got rid of that goo. I don't see any damage to anything. All the gears, they slide and rotate just fine. I got rid of some of the aluminum chunks, and you know, visually and by touching it, there's no excessive play. But I would like to check it with the manual and see the tolerances for all these little things. This is the kickstarter shaft. It looks good. And this is crankshaft, and I love how good it feels. Like I said, there's no up and down play, and just like minimal, I don't know if you can even notice it, side to side play. So it just looks amazing. It's not even rusty. I love the quality of these old Honda. This doesn't look bent. So I feel like the bottom end definitely could be saved. There are a few bearings that feel rough. I know this is not like the best test to when you have this down and trying to rotate them without oil, and you know, like the crankshaft bearings, like there's no play side to side. I think this one is not stuck, it just has some gunk behind it, so I might just take it out. I need probably to use my blind bearing puller and just blow air through it and see if it works. I have some bearings from my other builds from when I rebuilt my Honda that might be better than what's in here. So I think we'll see, or you know, if I have to buy a bearing or two, it's fine. But if you replace all 8 of them, you know, it adds up really fast, because if you go to like Partzilla or like Honda dealer or whatever, they would want like $20–30 for each bearing, and then for the crankshaft bearings they would want like maybe $60 or $80. So this stuff adds up like really fast to the price that is not even worth rebuilding. I mean, it's always worth to rebuild this stuff, but financially for me, you know, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this engine. I'm just kind of doing it for fun. So it's pretty much it. But you can see that I got rid of all that gunk and aluminum stew from the poor piston that I still can't comprehend what happened to it. Same here, it just looks almost new. Minus, you know, my crappy gasket cleaning job, but that should be fine. Let's see if I want to pull out this bearing right here, and I want to pull out, this is fine, this bearing right here, because it looks like it has junk behind it. Got my trusty Harbor Freight blind bearing puller. I think I actually might have this bearing in the house. No, I think there's something inside. I think it's toast, because it doesn't even want to turn. This junk. It's like a little oil galley, oil passageway through here. These are some of the other bearings I have from Honda builds. And I believe this one right here, replaced that one. It's a little dusty. But this one is nice. You can't hear it, and it is really smooth. So you are going in here, sir. I think it's going pretty straight for the most part. I think we are in it to win it. This is the one I want to take out. Oh, sick. One shot. Ow. Now, what's your problem, sir? You sound really bad. That's no good at all. Garbage. Hey guys, well, this is the end of the part 3. The bearing that you saw me pull last, I actually don't have that bearing, so I can't quite assemble the engine yet. But I did order it, and I think it's coming from Honda warehouse, probably directly from Honda, because the shipping and handling is going to take about 2 weeks. So hopefully in the meantime I can work on the cylinder and the head, and we can do something about those valves. But if you like the videos I make and the content, please consider subscribing to my channel. I will continue working on these junk engines and these weird abandoned beat up projects. I mean, that's the whole goal for my channel. But yeah, leave a comment, give me thumbs up or a thumbs down. I won't judge, or I won't feel
maybe if people give you a thumbs up, you'll clean up your workbench.
Yeah, they might the more workbenches is pretty messy. But I appreciate you watching as always, and I hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you.